How I fit dancing into my life while having a full-time job and the rest of life's responsibilities. First things first, I gotta wake up early and drink some good coffee. I set it up the night before so it's freshly brewed when I wake up. I usually have something small with it. In this case, I have these little donuts from Costco. After breakfast, I head to the loft and I hyper ice my whole body, making sure to get all the big muscle groups, legs, arms, back, you name it. Then I hit these 2 core exercises to make sure my core is engaged and that my back doesn't overcompensate when I'm dancing. Now it's off to the garage where I roll out the linoleum. I have to weigh it down with dumbbells because the corners are lifting. I leave it on there for a couple minutes. While it's doing its thing, I throw on my shoes and I start warming up. I start with arm circles and top rocking for 2 minutes straight. Warm up is super basic. I focus on making big movements so my blood can flow everywhere throughout my body. Once I clear out the dumbbells, I go into footwork for 7 minutes straight. I try to keep the breaks to a minimum and I try not to leave the floor. I drill the basic steps a few times to keep them sharp, but I also try new things. I experiment with different patterns and whatnot. If things are feeling nice, I can run over 7 minutes straight, but it just depends on how time is looking before work. After a quick hydration break, I go to the next step, which is where I break freely for 7 minutes. This is where I develop and refine my flow. I just go through a bunch of all the moves I know and see how they connect with each other. This can also go over 7 minutes, but again, it just depends on how time looks. Ideally, I would like to have 2 hours before work, but 30 minutes seems to be working out just fine. Depending on how these 7 minutes go, I decide to either try a few more things and keep it going or move on to the next part. I finish off my session by drilling moves that are hard for me to keep, like flares, my swipes, and the air baby. I try to do at least 10 of each move, but again, it also depends on the time and my body. This stuff isn't easy anymore, man. I finish everything off with a quick workout, 2 sets of dumbbell bench presses and bent over rows. And then the final thing, squat jumps. Now I'm done killing myself. How does your morning routine look? Anything like this?